In the first 2 weeks of March, at least 11 children shot in Philadelphia shortly after school dismissal.
These are individuals shooting at a crowd of kids.
When it comes to children and gun violence, the first question is usually why? Who's targeting children? What leads up to these tragedies? There isn't just one answer. But tonight, we're talking to those with boots on the ground about the why, how they're tackling it, and where do we go from here? I'm Kelly Rule. This is SOS Juvenile Justice. Every Thursday in West Philadelphia.
Stop playing with her.
Are these your grades?
These are my grades.
Okay.
Pastor Aaron Campbell, lovingly known as Uncle,
I'm very proud of you.
calls it their carnival. Hundreds and hundreds of young people, mostly students from 81 different schools, different neighborhoods.
It's said that this is considered to be the only neutral location in the entire city where all the different warring neighborhoods will gather without feuding.
Some of the OGs in here have had some bad fights, not at the best of friends. All right, Shakedown. You know you're one of my favorites, right?
Campbell started Level Up with 10 people in his home 5 years ago, and it's grown to this. A safe space to dance, play games, eat like you're in a 5-star restaurant.
Come get your Mega Mind special, man.
Number one, I love the food.
First off, the food will get your life right.
Seriously.
Today we got the oxtails. Right?
They change your life.
We've got the homemade mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
All right, we got caribou.
And we got the caribou. Who's going for it?
With the giant stuffed caribou, making the caribou hash.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Collard greens always include a vegetable.
The food, change your life.
On Tuesday, they lower the music for a weekly academy. They have numerous partnerships, including one with Pepsi, but most importantly, mentors.
Text me and show me some grades. I'm doing hoodies in 2 weeks. You get hoodies.
Listeners, lovers, security, accountability if they break rules, even outside of the building. A signed pledge before they even walk in the door.
They're not allowed to leave. Once they leave, they could be leaving to go start a problem somewhere, or there might be an issue or fight somewhere. They leave and then they come back. They can't come back after that. Once they're out, they're out.
One day at a time, this is how Campbell is hoping to change the course for kids coming from the city's highest risk neighborhoods.
All right, what's up?
You said, our kids are living in a war zone. Is that truly the reality of what's going on in the city?
There's a war zone going on right now. It is a war zone, and it is engulfing our young generation.
11 juveniles shot who are going and coming from school.
Guns, ghost guns, 3D printed guns, guns with switches, and put extended clips in them that turns them into like an Uzi, a makeshift Uzi. It is a war zone, and kids will tell you it's normal for them to look over their shoulder every 5 seconds when they're walking.
You said you've lost eight of your teens in the past 13 months.
Yeah.
Their most recent loss after another epic Thursday at Level Up back in January, where Campbell celebrated his 50th birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Hours after they closed their doors, Campbell got a call that one of their young men, singing happy birthday in the crowd that night, 16-year-old Tyshawn Wells, was shot and killed on the westbound Market Frankford Line platform at 15th and Market.
My phone just begins blowing up, and it was actually 2 of my 13-year-old girls who were both down at 15th Street as a crew of them were just down there hanging out, and they witnessed everything. And while tending to all of these different, people, it's mom, it's the family, and it's also letting the whole world go on pause and entering in and counseling them, being there for them, then walking my young people through another balloon release, walking them through, the funeral and the cemetery, and showing them how to cry and letting them cry on me. And the mourning doesn't stop. It just gets deeper. It's just more burden on their minds, on their hearts. So we have to continue in this culture of death, if you will, to speak life, to tell them they're going to not just survive, but thrive.
What is the reality of what's going on out there?
In Philly, I ain't gonna lie, I be scared to walk out the house. You never know if you're gonna die or not. But when you come here, you're just in a safe spot. You got protection, you got food, you got music, you got games.
Do you feel safe when you're not here?
When I'm not here, you know, of course it's Philadelphia, so no. But when you come in this facility, you know for a fact nothing is happening to you.
So you have the post-COVID element, you have the social media element, the drill music, you know, the most aggressive form of music that really just incites violence and killing. The PTSD element, back to schools that are overcrowded and underfunded. Poverty, they're angry, they're afraid, they're confused, they're being driven by this riptide of a culture, and there are just no mentors in place living life with them, not just giving them a quick adage or a quick word of wisdom, but entering into their world and living life with them. Good to see you, man. This has all created a perfect storm of what we're dealing with now. It's time for us to get away from the blame game and, oh, it's the parents' fault or it's social media's fault. It's all of our faults.
How are you, sweetheart? All right, go on inside. I hear there's real good food in there.
It's all of our faults. And we have to jump in the game with broken hearts.